Hi, friends. Today we're going to talk about how to overcome self-doubt to achieve your goals. I'm Marie Elizabeth Molly, and this is Relationship Alchemy. Today we're focused more on how to alchemize your relationship with yourself. First of all, I want to reframe self-doubt for you. Instead of seeing it as a problem that needs to be fixed, I see it as evidence that you're stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone, which is a good thing. If you totally had your goals handled and you could do them all in your sleep, you wouldn't doubt yourself, right? You also wouldn't be growing much. So the fact that you're doubting yourself is a sign that you're on the edge of your growth, which is a great place to be. Once you stop being stuck on having to fix self-doubt because it no longer means that something's wrong with you, and you can celebrate its arrival as a sign that you're on the right track and stretching yourself toward your goals, how do you work more effectively with it when it arises so that it doesn't derail you? Well, first of all, you have to train your brain to notice different things. Our brains are, by nature, wired to notice what's wrong, what's not working, what we're scared of, what might be dangerous to us. We still retain the primitive brain we had before we evolved our more sophisticated frontal cortex that's capable of conscious thought and choice. This primitive brain is concerned with four things. Should I fight this, run from this, eat this, or have sex with this? This series of primitive decisions is called the 4 Fs, which stand for fight, flight, food, and fuck. Our primitive brains are constantly scanning the world around us for which of these four things we need to do to keep us either safe or alive. We also have a middle brain, the limbic brain, which is a more emotional brain. And that's where our memories tend to be stored. So that part of our brain is also evaluating everything around us based on what we've experienced before. And then we have our frontal cortex, which is where we get the ability to reason and consciously think things through. But here's the thing. When we get triggered, our frontal cortex goes out the window and boom, we're suddenly dominated by our primitive brain that's wrestling with the 4 Fs. So to overcome self-doubt, you have to train your brain to actively look for other things besides danger and what it thinks you're what it thinks you're doing wrong, which is a habit you basically need to break. And so instead, you need to begin to train your brain and build a new habit of looking for what you're doing right, looking for what's working out well. And the way you do this is by making a daily practice out of celebrating your wins. I have all my clients do this, and I do this myself. For some people, it works better to do it at night before bed, and for others, it works better to do it first thing in the morning to help set up the day, about the day before. The practice is simple. Write down 3 wins a day on a notes page on your phone or in a journal. And they can be big wins, like starting this Relationship Alchemy show is for me, or they can be small, like you managed to get out of bed, or you managed to get a shower today or yesterday. Size of wins doesn't matter in this case. As you regularly celebrate your wins, you begin to train your brain to start noticing wins throughout the day, which has you feel more confident, capable, worthy of reaching your goals, all of which help your self-doubt get quieter. Here's another reason to celebrate daily wins. Maybe you have a massive goal in your life that you're working toward. If so, great. But don't make your fulfillment in life dependent on having to achieve that one massive goal exactly as you see it right now. Your goal can change. Your desire around it may change. You may not ever fully get there. Something unexpected might happen and blindside you, and you don't end up going in the original direction you expected to go in. If you've denied yourself the experience of feeling successful each day and having daily fulfillment because everything is riding on that one massive goal, nothing will satisfy you until you reach that finish line, well, then your life's going to suck. Whereas if you train yourself to celebrate small wins each day, to recognize the progress you're making, and the fact that you are making change, even if you're not totally where you want to go yet, the fact that you are making changes in that direction, it helps with the motivation to keep steadily moving toward that goal. And you get to experience satisfaction and fulfillment along the way too. If you train yourself to actively move toward wins and pleasure in your life, instead of being focused on trying to avoid pain because you're stuck in reactivity to life out of your primitive brain and the 4 Fs, you will set yourself up for a completely different life. To be able to do this, you actually have to take into account how much trauma is stuck in your system right now and do something about it. The more trauma that's stuck in your system, the harder it is to avoid getting triggered daily, hourly, minutely. So if you find it hard and you're getting shot into your primitive survival brain repeatedly throughout the day, be gentle with yourself. Go slowly. Do some trauma release work with a practitioner. Do some embodiment work. Learn how to be safe in your nervous system, alongside looking for 3 small wins to celebrate each day. Eventually, you'll build a life you want to have, that you feel solid in, because you've trained your brain to see and appreciate what's already working about it, and you've been working to mitigate any trauma that's in your system, as well as your self-doubt. Going for your goals with the energy of life already being good and you feeling good within it is way more powerful and magnetic, and actually brings those goals to you more effectively than if you're scraping and grinding and driving yourself because nothing is good enough for you and you're hooked on some mythic perfect destination that you think you're going to get to someday, and you are not worthy of happiness until you get there. You're not going to get there from here with that kind of grinding and push. And all that does is amplify your self-doubt. So you might as well train yourself to enjoy the ride by recognizing self-doubt as a good sign that you're stretching yourself, and retraining your brain by practicing celebrating your wins. Today we've covered how to overcome self-doubt so you can achieve your goals. I'm Marie Elizabeth Mali, your relationship alchemist. Until next time, remember, a great relationship starts with you.